All right, everybody, welcome to one more session. In this particular session, we will learn about how to create and manipulate files on Linux. So, the agenda is creating and working with files, and then to create a file or to manipulate a file on Linux, there are three major commands. One is called as touch, second is called as cat, third is called as vi or win. So let me go to my console and let us work with these three commands and let's see how to create those files and manipulate with them. So first let us use touch. We can use a syntax called as touch and give a file name. Let's say I want to name my file name as 1 and enter. ls, you can see my file 1 is created. Okay, so touch is used to create empty files. So when I created this file, I was able to create file, but there's no content in the file, right? So touch is basically used to create empty files. But can I create multiple files? Let's say file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. Now I created 4 file names. Let us go to ls and see. Now you see 4 files are created. Okay, that is the use of syntax touch, and that is how we can create empty files by using touch. With a single command we can create multiple files as well. The next command is cat. Okay, with the help of cat command we can create files and also put some content in the file. Let us say I'm creating a file called as cat, and if you have to create a file you have to use something called as greater than symbol. Cat greater than symbol, and the file name, let's say I'm creating a python file. Python file will have an extension of .py. Okay, that means I'm saying create a file by name app.py. So using cat greater than symbol app.py, enter. Let me say I'm putting some content in that. A is equal to 10 print a. So this is some Python code I'm writing in this. And then this is actual content in the file. If I want to come out of this mode of writing the data, I have to use Control D. Okay, Control D will save and exit. Now I want to see what is there. Let's say first of all I want to see this file is created or not. ls, I can give ls-l. Now if you see the file name app.py, this file is created. Okay, now I want to see what is there in the file. Then I can use the syntax cat app.py. Okay, now you see this is what it is there in this particular file called as app.py. Okay, now if you use cat greater than symbol and the file name, you can enter the context. If you want to see what is there in the file, by using a cat syntax, you can give cat greater than symbol app.py. Now let's say I want to add one more line to this. I can say cat 2 times greater than symbol app.py, enter. I will say this is second line and control D to save and exit. Now let us see what is there in that file cat app.py. Now you can see there is also the second line which is there. So what has happened? Whatever updates that I have made to this file, it has added that file or appended the new data to that particular file. Okay, now let's say I'm using same syntax again cat app.py. So this time I'm using a 1 greater than symbol, enter. This is new file data. Enter Control D for save and exit. Now let us see what is there in that. Cat app.py. Enter. Now if you see, the whole data is gone. Okay, now if you use even the file name, if it is existing also, it will create a new file. If you use greater than symbol with cat, it will create a new file. So if you're using two greater than symbols, that means it will append the data. If you use one greater than symbol, it will, if file is already there, it will replace the data. If file is not there, it will create a new file. To see the contents of the file, just cat and the file name. This is how you can use a cat command to create files on Linux operating system. Now what is files? It is very simple. Now if I go into my Windows operating system, right? If I want to create any files, I will right click here, new folder, new file, right? It is very easy to create files here. But similarly, if you want to create those files and folders on Linux, we have to use these three commands, either touch, cat, or vi or vm. So touch will help us to create empty files. With the help of cat, we can create a file and add the content, or if we want to append the file also, we can append the file with the help of cat. Now the third one is called as a vi. So now this is like a visual editor. Okay, now I will give the file name as app1.py. Enter. Now here it is giving a kind of a notepad where we can enter the data. Now if we have to insert the data, we need to press I on the keyboard. Then you see this, it is coming into the insert mode. Here we can put the data. This demo is for creating files with the help of vi. Okay, I have put the data. Now I want to exit out of insert mode. That means I'm happy this data is enough for me. If I want to exit out of this insert mode, we need to press escape on the keyboard and then colon and then WQ exclamatory save and exit. Okay, now if I want to see again what is there in this file, we can again use vi app1.py. Now we can see what is there in this file. Now if I want to add couple of more lines, press I. I is for insert. I can say this is second line. If I want to exit out, exit colon WQ and exclamatory. Now you're out of this particular file. Now by using cat also we can see what is there. Cat app1.py. Enter. You see this is what is there in the file, right? I can see that. Alright, so that is how you can create files in Linux by using touch, cat and vi or vim. So vi is basically called as a file editor. You can normally how you write on Windows notepad, you can write it and you can save it. Cat is to create a file and update file. Touch is to create empty files. Alright. Thank you for joining the session, guys. You guys have a good time. Take care.